I wanted to ask Admiral Howard, you and I talked about the Virginia-class submarine, and of course, you've been to the shipyard, and I appreciate your visit there. Right now, are we able to meet all the combatant commanders' requests for support from our attack submarine fleet?
Ma'am, thank you for that question. Across our entire fleet, we're not able to meet the combatant commander request. And generally, their accumulated request is about 3 times higher than the force that we have. And so our SSNs and their multi-missions are very important to the combatant commanders.
And so as you talked about in your opening testimony, the size of the fleet, obviously our attack submarine fleet's phenomenal, but presence is very important, especially as we think about the Asia-Pacific region and also the Middle East and various areas around the world that we have to cover. As I look at right now under the Navy's current plan, you and I talked about this, but by 2021, we're at producing 1 Virginia-class submarine a year versus 2. And I know that Secretary Stackley had testified that he would be open to the idea of if you were able to have achieve enough savings in the Ohio-class replacement program that he would like to see you purchase 2 in 2021. Now, I understand you can't answer that question now until you know what the planning is and investment in the Ohio-class program going forward. But do you agree with Secretary Stackley that if, obviously, if this were something that you were able to achieve the savings and we were to give you the certainty that you needed, that there is an urgency and importance to making sure that we continue to build up and strive for the 2 production of Virginia-class submarines from 2021 going forward?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, Senator, I do. In our last force structure assessment, we believe we need about 48 SSNs. As we've been buying 2 a year, then as the older ones start to reach the end of their life cycle, we will be down to 48 in 24, and then we continue to drop in numbers until we get into this bathtub in the 20s. And so in order to make sure we don't get to that bathtub, we're going to have to continue to build 2, and we're going to have to figure out how to get there. In terms of the Ohio replacement, one of our issues will be whether or not we will have to manage that funding for that asset. It's a strategic asset, and I certainly appreciate this group's work on the Strategic Deterrence Fund. But if we have to fund Ohio replacement within our budget top line, that will affect all of shipbuilding and actually affect the rest of the conventional force as well.
Excellent. Thank you.